Alright guys, Jason from TheChartGuys here. I'm doing a quick video on Litecoin because Litecoin has been on an absolute tear, leading the market, running from the 155s to the 220s for the last 12 hours, has been giving nothing but fantastic trading opportunities. And a lot of people have been emailing me, asking me, how can I configure my alert system to capitalize on this sort of thing? What do I need to set? What alerts do you recommend? So if you're looking to get a heads up on periods of big price action and price volatility, there's a few things you could do to set your alerts up. So the first thing I want to talk about, inside bar alerts. So we have an alert you can set up for inside bar alerts on any time frame. Now when you're talking about inside bar alerts, you're going to be looking for equilibriums, and you're going to be wanting to find equilibriums in the 5 and 15 minute time frames, which means you're going to want to set up 1 hour and 4 hour inside bar alerts. And that was the very first indication of this breakout here. We can see that we're setting up a tightening pattern of lower highs and higher lows since about 1200, and we're getting a tightening range. Tightening range equals equilibrium, and on a 5 and 15 minute time frame, you're going to see that equilibrium represented as an inside bar on a larger time frame. So here we see that same price activity where we have a mother bar, our inside bar, and a breakout. So when we see an equilibrium form, we get that inside bar set up. Now, for those that don't know what an inside bar is, we have a candlestick here where my cursor is, where we see that the high and low, so the absolute range of this candlestick is going to be larger than the absolute range of the next candlestick. So this becomes our mother bar, and this becomes our inside bar. This candle fits inside the range of the preceding candlestick. That tells us that we are in equilibrium, and when we are in equilibrium, it tends to break, and sometimes, like yesterday, it can break with a violent move. So that was our first indication of something going on with Litecoin. We get a 4 hour inside bar setup. Anytime you see that equilibrium, you want to go and take a look at what happened, what broke, what direction, and why. So that alert would have been sent to you if you had a 4 hour LTC inside bar alert at the break of the inside bar's top range. So if we jump to our 5 minute chart here, we go back to take a look at our inside bar break, and we are looking for a break of that range, which occurred at, let's see, February 13th at 2015 UTC time. So that was our first indication that the market has decided on an upside move, breaking that inside bar bullish. Next, we're going to be looking for volume. So another thing we look for when we're trying to anticipate price action is to check for volume. Now for the past 24 hours, and in fact the last several days, it looks like there hasn't been a lot of volatility as far as volume is concerned. We can see that in the bottom of our chart here. Volume has remained relatively stable. Not a lot happening, nothing exciting, and the price has been reflecting that. Slow climbs, slow drops, nothing significant. Now, when you start to see big volume coming in without a lot of price activity, it suggests that there is a move coming. One of the old adages Dad used to say all the time was volume before price, and that was absolutely true here. We see a ton of volume pouring in. We don't see a lot of price movement yet, but that abnormal volume is a key indicator to tell us that we can anticipate some sort of activity soon. Now that is an indicator that we have on all time frames on the alert system, and if you had it on the 15 minute time frame, you would have received your alert notification at or around 1:15 UTC. So right about where the arrow is, you're going to get that alert notification. So we run a calculation that does a complicated average of the volume for the last 24 hours, takes a look at what's happening in the market, and decides, is this abnormal for the current conditions or not? And in this case, absolutely it was. You received your alert at 1:15, and let's see what the price was, 1:15, and if we go up to our candlestick, and around $161, you would have received that abnormal volume indicator. So that's really key. If you're looking at this chart, you're checking the last 2 days worth of activity, and we're seeing this huge surge in volume. Price hasn't moved that much. That means people are accumulating quickly, and people who are on the bid and ask are tending to thin out a little bit. Any walls that were there have been getting chewed up, and we're likely to see some sort of breakout or breakdown. Next key indicator would have been the price shear, which we have on all time frames again. Now this one is a reactive indicator, which means things have already happened by the time you get this alert. but it tells you that you're seeing a violent reaction. Something is happening in the market where the price is tearing away from the average. So we've been oscillating back and forth here for the last day, not a lot happening. Suddenly we're breaking up and we're moving hard and fast. When you get a price shear, it means the market has made a decision and it's moving in that direction. So when you get that price shear alert, you can jump on it relatively safely. I'm not going to tell you to always buy a price shear, but relatively safely, jump on, watch for a 15-minute equilibrium or pullback, and then you generally can get into a continuation pattern and just run with it. So the 15-minute price shear fired around probably the same time that the abnormal volume indicator fired, and it just ran into continuation pattern to continuation pattern and is still going. So abnormal volume, price shear, absolutely critical alert for you to have configured on your alert system and to use to capitalize on breakouts. If you're away from your computer and you get this abnormal volume indicator, you got to go take a look at what's going on. If you get a price shear, the party's already started and you need to get on there right away. I should note that both of these indicators are things that we use in the Chart Guys. We teach. I have them all set up for myself, and I know Dan does as well. These are absolutely key for capitalizing on these violent breakouts. So if you guys don't have the abnormal volume indicator or the price shear indicator set up, go ahead, set them up. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you guys, whether or not you're finding them useful. I want feedback. We're always trying to improve this system. We're adding in alerts. We're coming up with new formulas and algorithms to find situations that we ourselves use for trading. And I just love to hear what you think of the alert system so far. Love the feedback we've been getting, and I want more of it. I want to keep making this the best tool for crypto traders out there. So thanks a lot, and we'll take it from there.